Okay, we're going to create a little tutorial here on how to add web links to our inspector websites here at nacbi.com. They will show up here underneath this inspector websites link. In order to create one, we're going to go down to the members only section and click on the add a website link, and that'll bring us to this page here, which we've already filled out some pre-populated information. The first link, or the first field here that we're going to be concerned with is the link name. Now a lot of people will want to put their company name in this location. Unfortunately, most people do not search for a business or search for a service provider using a company name. They put in a generic search term when they do that. So we want to create a link of a relevant search term that somebody might use in one of the search engines. Here we can see we populated that with Philadelphia Commercial Building Inspector, and that could be a term that somebody will type into Google, Yahoo, or Bing, or any number of the search engines to find a commercial property inspector. The next field we are concerned about is our web links categories, and you can see this is broken down into several different areas. The first one is going to be none, and that's going to be for uncategorized classifications, which we're going to be using for service providers such as insurance companies or tool manufacturers or infrared training providers. But beyond that, we can see that we have it broken down to commercial building and property inspectors, and it's further broken down to United States and Canada, with each of the individual states and province listed. For this tutorial, we're going to create a sample and we're going to list that in our Pennsylvania area, and we can see that as highlighted. We just click on that to highlight that. The next area that we're going to look at is our link description, and that's going to be text that shows up below our link, and we put in information relevant to our business that a user may find useful. You can put in there a short description of your business, the service areas that you work out of. You can also put your contact information directly in this area. Now, if you're copying and pasting content from another software program such as Notepad or Microsoft Word, there are certain paste features here in our toolbar that we use. If you're pasting from Notepad, which is a plain text editor, you want to use the regular plain paste button here. When you hover over top of it, it's just going to say paste. If you're copying and pasting from a website, anything that has a pre-formatted text or such as controlled style sheets, you want to use the paste as plain text, because we're going to remove all that coding so that it appears correctly on the nacbi.com website. And if you're using Microsoft Word to generate your information and copy and paste from, we're going to use the paste from Word, because Microsoft Word products have special encoding with all their styles that needs to be stripped out of there so that it appears properly on the website. So again, if you're using Notepad, use the plain. If you're copying from a website, use the paste as plain text, and if you're copying and pasting from Microsoft Word, use the paste from Word. The next area that we have is our location, and here you can fill out your information. Here we just filled out some sample information. Enter your company name in the beginning, your street address, the city, state, and zip code, and make sure you fill out the correct country information. The default is set to United States, but if you're in Canada, make sure you change that. Our next field is our meta tags, and the first field that we come across here is called abstract, and this is a short sentence that briefly describes your business. It should only be a couple words long, and it just is a brief description of what you do with your business. Most search engines don't really give too much weight on this meta tag, but if you do populate it, it does give it some consideration. The same thing with the copyright information. You can enter your information in there. And our description is where we're going to get our most search engine optimization benefits from. And we pre-populated this with just some general text. And you can put in here whatever you want, as long as it's related to your business and to your website that you're pointing to. Keep in mind that you do not want to exceed 250 characters in this field, otherwise you can be penalized by the search engines. And our keywords, a lot of search engines do not use keywords anymore, but they are beneficial in some ways. So we do add them in because traditionally we add them in for certain types of search engines. So we pre-populated this with some relevant keywords for our website, which would be commercial, building inspector, inspections, real estate, property, thermal imaging, and infrared. Now your keywords are going to be a little bit different maybe, so think them out and put them in there wherever you see fit. Next field is going to be revisit after, and we're going to leave this alone. We're always going to leave this set to 1. We want the website spiders to revisit that as much as possible. And the next one is robots. We want to make sure that every one of these is unchecked. They're unchecked by default, and having one of these checked can prevent the website search engine spiders from crawling your site or indexing your link in the search engines. So we want to make sure that these are all checked. Our next field that we can expand is our URL path settings. And this is where we're going to put in our address of our website so that the title is linked back to our destination website. If this is left unfilled on the nacbi.com website, it'll just create a link back to one of the pages on the nacbi.com website. So we want to get the most search engine optimization benefits from this, so we're going to add in our target website to this location. Our next field is file attachments. Here you can add in different things. If you have a pre-printed sell sheet for a particular service that you offer, or if you have like a pre-printed cost sheet, you can add it on here. Now you can attach different types of files. You can attach image files such as JPEGs, PNG files, GIF files, BMP files. You can also attach documents such as text files, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and some other ones as well, such as popular PDF files. And the next field we're going to enter in is going to be our URL, and this is going to provide a raw link to our website in the web link that we create. And once all this is all filled in, we can hit the preview and see what everything looks like. And this is what our link is going to look like when it's published on the website. And this is a good time to check for any kind of spelling errors that might be present. Make sure it's laid out properly and that you have all the information in there that you want. And once we check that, we're going to hit our save. And it brings us to this page here. So here we can check our link, and we scroll down to our category. Sometimes we have to hit that twice, depending on the browser. And we're going to scroll down to Pennsylvania. And here's our link that we just created. That's how to create a web link on the nacbi.com website. You will need full membership access to create a web link. Thank you.